Well, for Hull City, there was only one enforced change. The red card for Oscar Estepinian rules him out. Whether it be for 1 game or 3 games, that story will come true later on tonight, I imagine. Ryan Longman, who started against Millwall, starts again in a different position. He goes up front this evening. So Greg Doherty comes in on the right. Backs to the goalkeeper, Cyrus Christie, Tobias Figueiredo, Alfie Jones and Jacob Greaves. Ryan Woods, Jean-Michael Seri, Doherty, Pelkas, Slater and Longman. The bench for the Tigers is Matt Ingram, Louis Coyle, Ozan Tufan, Dugan Sinek, Brandon Fleming and Tyler Smith. Cardiff City operating in a temporary midfield 4, Sawyers and then Callum Robinson in a 4-4-1-1 shape out of possession. Figueiredo looking for the big diagonal, searching for Regan Slater, well headed that time down the line, but Hull City have it back. Slater, edge of the area with Longman now. Ball along the floor. Slater stays wide. He's unmarked as well. The ball could come in as Romeo is forced to come away from the penalty area. Slater goes back to Greaves. It's now for Alfie Jones. Jones to Greaves again on that left-hand side. He's going to try and whip it. Looking for Longman. Goes through, though, towards Dimi Pelkas. And Hull City are in front very early on here. 4 minutes is all it's taken for Pelkas to come up with his 2nd goal of the season. Cardiff City, who've only conceded once in the opening quarter of an hour this season, have faltered with the very first shot of the game. 4 minutes in, Cardiff 0, Hull City 1. And how patient were Hull City? Cardiff could not get the ball off them. There was a little nod down in the build-up play, and then the cross swung in by Jacob Greaves, who was hugging the touchline, swinging it in on his left foot. Longman, I don't think, got a touch, so Pelkas, the scorer. And that is the perfect start for Liam Rosenior and his squad. There might not be many of them over there to my right-hand side, but the top of the block, which houses the Hull City supporters, they are singing away, trying to make themselves be heard. As again, Hull City, from the kickoff, go short to Seri on the 18-yard line. Cardiff put 4 men up that time. As Woods tries to find Seri, is he going to be out-muscled? He is. Rawls, Cardiff now outnumber Hull City. A shot from a way out, which fizzes past the far post of Nathan Baxter's goal. Joe Rawls, the captain. He's trying to lead by example for his team in blue. Ryan Woods caught in possession, fell to the ground, and 20 yards out, Joe Rawls deciding to take it on himself. And Konku will play the ball to Nelson, as both teams very much playing the ball along the ground. Perry and G into Sawyers. Sawyers finds Romeo. Slater shuffling. And then Pelkas nipping in, winning the ball back. Temporary 2v2 here for the Tigers. Pelkas spots Doherty unmarked on the right-hand side. Enters the area, deflected, but then tipped over by the keeper. And Greg Doherty almost had the chance from 2 shots to make it 2-0. The deflection necessary. I think without it, Allsop would not have got a hand to it. He got enough on it as well with that left glove to tip it over the crossbar. Big deflection. Can Hull City still go 2-0 up? They scored their first set piece of the season last season against Cardiff. The ball comes in. Figueiredo closest man. Cardiff scramble it away. Cyrus Christie just beyond halfway. The furthest man back. He's in possession. Hull City managed to, in scrappy fashion, keep the ball as Slater finds Seri, thinks about the cross, then moves it inside to Ryan Woods. Plenty of players over in blue shirts on that far side. Woods through the triangles between Pelkas, Seri and again Ryan Woods on that right-hand side. Down the line. This time it's Pelkas thinking about the cross, chops inside. Pelkas in possession now, taking the ball off Regan Slater. Woods, Christie tiptoeing towards the box, delivers into the box. Longman's header goes wide. Goodness me, what a chance. Emi Pardo has his hands on his head. I think Liam Rosenior did as well, as Cyrus Christie eventually delivered into the area. Longman, 5 yards out. He should be hitting the target from there. Christie's ball in was delightful. Longman, solid connection. He makes it 2-0. But it remains just the one for now. Pelkas as well, a midfielder tonight. Interesting to note that Hull City's midfield have actually scored the same amount of goals this season as the midfield of last year. We're only 20 games into this championship season. Pelkas getting his second. Tufan with 3. Doherty and Slater have also bagged goals. And John Michael Seri on the opening day. It's good to see that those behind the striker are chipping in with goals as well as Baxter. Oh no! Now what a chance for Cardiff! They were playing it around the back, Hull City. And a minute and a half into this second half. Cardiff City at the back. Hull City at the back, give the ball away. Callum Robinson pounces on it, back in the team, and he finds an equaliser, which could now change the whole dimension of this match. Hull City pegged back at 1 goal apiece. As Allsop, from a short piece of distribution, plays it left to Nelson. He goes for a longer ball. It's over the head of Figueiredo and Robinson. But helping out is Jones. Christie. Ball breaks to Rawls in the middle of the park. Now to Shea Ojo. Ojo now 25 yards out. Fancies a shot from the way out. It's blocked into the path of Robinson. Edge of the box left side. Delivers across to the back post. Gavin White has turned the ball home. And at half-time, you wouldn't have expected this, but Cardiff have now put themselves in front. The first time they have scored twice at home this season. And Gavin White, the former Tiger who was brought in on loan, has headed comfortably, and all of a sudden, the confidence is with Cardiff. Robinson's delivery, the goal scorer of the first and the provider of the second, and Greaves this time at fault for not picking up his man at the back post. Robinson held on to the ball. Tufan was goal side. Robinson, though, delivered in, and White watched it all the way. It was a simple nod, but Ruben Colwill, yet to play under Mark Hudson through injury, Welsh international, will still be in the minds, I imagine, of Rob Page's Wales international selection. He is getting instructions and is getting ready to come on. Cynic will take his first touch, though, as Hull City now look to build. It's infield towards Regan Slater, spins away from Rinna Morta. Back it goes to Alfie Jones. Jones on halfway, plays it now to Greaves. Greaves onto Cynic. Cynic moving it infield to Slater. His touch is a little bit loose, and Rinomota has the presence to intercept, but Hull City have it back again. Longman over on that left-hand side in the final third. Cynic through to Slater. Slater shoots! Regan Slater levels it up for Hull City. At kick-off for the second half, a second goal would probably have been met with joy, but this one is met with huge relief, and Regan Slater has his second goal of the season. Moved into the middle, he spun, and 20 yards out, hits it low past Ryan Allsop. They won it back, and Cynic provided the pass. The man who has gone onto the left-hand side in place of Slater, and the man playing in the number 10 finds the net. Disgust from Ryan Allsop, but relief in abundance for Hull City. the circumstances of how that second goal has come about is so different. Tufan manages to smartly keep the ball in play down the right-hand touchline. He holds on to it as long as he can. Finds Slater. Slater to Longman. Low ball. Slater! Oh, wowee! Regan Slater with a brace. 2 goals in 2 minutes, and suddenly the away end explodes into absolute delight. Regan Slater, double trouble. Hull City have 3, and we are back to where we was before. This is what football can produce. Thrills and spills galore, and the smile on Regan Slater's face stretches as far as it can stretch. The little give and go into Longman. Slater beats Allsop at his near post. They've kicked Cardiff when they're down. Cardiff have worked so bravely to get themselves in front, but Hull City in just 2 minutes have ripped up all their endeavours, and Hull City suddenly lead by 3 goals to 2. On halfway, the 5 minutes is up. Christie down the line. There it is. Well, Cardiff fans boo again. They were cheering twice. They had the lead and then they lost it, thanks to the bargain of the century. Regan Slater with the biggest smile on the pitch. 2 goals for him. Dimi Pelkas picks him up aloft. And most of the bench as well are heading over to the little midfield maestro who grows in confidence game after game. Regan Slater with a brace in 2 minutes. In the 76th minute, when Hull City were starting to look like a team that were forcing the issue. Regan Slater, the hero of the half. Cardiff 2, Hull City 3.